Alright, so what's up guys? It's Trash Man. It is currently Saturday. Happy about that. This is a community flight. It's going from Miami to, I think we have the pleasure of landing at Sint Maarten or Princess Juliana Airport. So that's going to be, yeah, okay, Sint Maarten, Princess Juliana. Going to be a fun one. I've already set up the plane for the most part. We have our departure out. Let's drag this back over. So we have our departure. It's going to be Claude 2 to BATC, 4,000 feet. So let's go ahead and set that to 4,000 feet. Departure 133. We're already squawking 6453. And so we're getting ready for push and start. I wanted to kind of speed it up. I didn't know if anybody was actually going to watch these, but somebody is. So anyways, today's going to be a little weird. I have a weird flight number. It's not an American, so I'm actually getting away with it. So far I've said American 5418 and it works out, and that's because all these guys, I'm not going to give away all their stuff, but all these guys are, you know, flying a different company, but this is a community event, so it should be fun. So let's go ahead and get this push and start underway. I have forgotten to strobe light, disco. Alright, so that discontinuity, yeah, that's going to be right as we're on approach for TNCM. Everything's already set up in the MCDU, so as soon as our APU's online, we'll go bleed it, start these things. Alright, real quick, so instead of calling out Airbus 5418, because that's going to confuse the hell out of me, I'm going to go ahead and say American, and we'll just see if they play along. So, American 5418, ready for push and start. So, no problem there.
Airbus 5418, Miami gates ground, pushback approved. Face east.
Push approved, faced east, American 5418. Alright, so we are, I don't know why they'd want us to face east when we're going to the other side of the airport. Yeah, airport. But whatever, we'll do that. So let's come over here. We're already hooked up. Parking brake is off. So let's go ahead and start pushing out of here. And on that note, go ignition on. Before I go starting that thing though, let's bleed this. Start with number 2. So I will get this out of the screen. I just wanted you guys to be able to see it. Seatbelt signs, all that good stuff's on. Beacons on. Alright, so faced east, huh? Go with a sharper turn here. Yeah, if you're not a part of the Beyond ATC Discord page, it's a great place to learn more about this. That's actually the only reason I started doing these videos, was just to share them on there. So I made a little YouTube thing. I have another channel. I'm not going to say its name. It's not aviation related, but so I just made a second channel, and so far, okay, we'll go number 1. So far, people are watching. Hours and hours. I get that these flights are long, and it will be like that, but it gave me motivation to, I guess, keep making more of them. So I thought this would be a really fun one, taking off out of Miami, getting to land at Sint Maarten. I think that's going to be Sint Maarten, however, I don't know how you pronounce that actually, but it's going to be awesome because everybody loves that airport. It's the iconic airport that you always see pretty much us, like your aviation nerds, flocking to, basically, so to speak, just to take pictures of, you know, you got things up to 747s coming in on approach, and they fly right over the top of their head. So it definitely is pretty cool. Go ahead and set that parking brake, get that tug out of here. So we are facing about as east as I can face, so that's all good. And now, before I do that, I think we're going 8 right. Okay, so American 5418, request taxi to runway 08 right.
Airbus 5418, runway 26 left taxi via Delta 6, November 13, Mike 11.
Trying to look at the chart at the same time. Okay, so taxi to runway 26 left via Delta 6, November 13, Mike 11, American 5418. See if that was correct. Alright, so I'm just trying to look at the chart really quick. We got... Alright, so this is one of those tough ones where the chart is not really adding up, but I do see Mike 11 on my chart, which is actually, that would be Mike 11's for the total opposite side of the runway. Mike 11 would put you holding short at 26 left, and we are... Why do they want us 26 left? American 5418, can I have a wind check?
Airbus 5418, request not understood.
Wind check, American 5418.
Wind 285 at 7, gust 18.
Alright, hold on. Just for reference, I believe Atis was different.
Information Romeo. Miami Airport information Romeo. 1553 room. Wind 285 at 7, gust 18, visibility 10. Ceiling 3,700 broken. Temperature 2.21. Altimeter 29990. Landing runway 08 left, 08 right, 1209er. Departing runway 08 left, 08 right, 09er. Numerous trains in operation around Miami.
Okay.
On initial contact, you have
I
information.
forget which one I'm supposed to be on. So that one, there's a discrepancy. The Atis is actually saying that it's departing runway both 08s and runway 9. However, so I was prepared for 8, so now I have to go to the MCDU here, and it's going to be a departure of, what did they give us? 26 left, so 26 left, and that was, I think it's Claudia 2, I believe is what I had in there the first go round, so we'll go Claudia 2, and it was BATC. Okay, so kind of different there. Check takeoff data. Okay, so I got different data now, different runway. Oopsie. What am I doing? 140 V2. Okay. So I'm gonna just take a little peek here. Something that'll work out. Alright, so that was interesting. So Atis is giving us different departure and arrivals than what we're getting assigned to, but that could be a real world thing. I have no idea. So now that we're just going to follow the chart, I'll drag that off the screen. Go ahead and lose that park and brake and just pull my chart back open. So that would make things a little different, except it's never telling me to get on to Mike, so it's telling me to stay on November, which is basically what, I mean, we'll get out of the apron and then we'll go November, which is the edge of the apron, and then Mike 11 is the last holding point that I can go to for runway 26. Wait, are we going 26? 26 left, okay. So let me go ahead and set up, arm the speed brakes, max brakes, flaps 1, and let's get to November. So instead of taking me out to that would have been Mike out there, I'm gonna stay in here, which is November. Alright, at this point, let's go ahead and see if I messed anything up. It is not uncommon. Not uncommon at all. Okay, so there's November 12. It says November 13. So this is where I start just looking for the signs. And it's probably going to be this one. I saw the signs.
Contact Miami Tower 123.9er.
1239er, American 5418. Alright, so this must be it right up here. Let me pause track IR, just double check. Yep, so I'm coming out of November 13. This will be Mike 11, and then I'll be holding short of 26 left. Then we'll get on out of here. American 5418, holding short, 26 left, ready for departure. So real quick.
Airbus 5418 Miami Tower. Wing 285 at 7, gusts 18 are in Avitic Seno, runway 26 left. Cleared for takeoff.
Okay. Cleared for takeoff, 26 left, American 5418. Alright, so let's go ahead, get this going. Ignition on.
All aircraft be advised information
Definitely turn off.
Altimeter 29990.
Turn our APU. I don't know if you'd actually do that. Like I said, I am not a pilot. So I'll go ahead and throw on the strobe. It should be auto. Spadnex doesn't like me very much, so I have to manually flick it up and down, but that's okay. Landing lights are on. Just line up here, and today this flight's going to be with the fly-by-wire 320. Okay, so double check everything really quickly. I actually shut the door this time. You'd be proud of me. Okay, we're armed, flaps 1, scans are on, transponder. Okay, that all looks good. I actually set my altitude this time. I forgot the last time. We're all looking good. Okay, all green, no blue. Go ahead and lock track IR real quick. Stable. And as long as I can fly the SID out of here, we'll have a nice easy little turn. B1, rotate. Alright, gears coming up. And I'll go ahead and hit that autopilot button. I just seen I'm getting my the WinWing FCU. It'll be shipping here in about 5 days, so pretty pleased on that one. Getting ready to pull climb.
Airbus
1,300 feet.
5418, contact Miami departure.
And there's climb. Going to departure, American 5418. Alright, so before we come up to retract, let's go ahead and retract our the speed brakes, auto brake off, ignition can go normal. And once I get to, let's see, about 195, pull those up. Flaps and slats. Alright, so let's let them know we're here. American 5418 with you at 3,300, climbing 4,000 feet.
Airbus 5418, Miami departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Alright. Up to 190, American 5418. So I never really tried that before, but that's pretty cool when you can say up to. I know every country and you got so many different ways to do something, so. Uh-oh. That's not a message you want to see, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's clear that out. I'm kind of curious if that's because SimBrief had me flying basically straight out versus taking the SID out of here, so we'll find out if we have enough fuel. I usually land with plenty of fuel, so. Oh, I should have ate before I did this flight. And then like I said, I actually wasn't going to record it because I'm not trying to make a YouTube channel or anything. But then I noticed that there's a lot of watch time, so if somebody's watching and it's helping, and maybe helping you decide if you want to get BATC, you know, that's hey, I'll make them. Okay, I actually see a contrail. Unless that's a scratch in the window. Hold on. Getting excited because I also have SimFX going too. Yeah, no, it's still there. I'm going outside. Gonna get loud. There it is. I see it. It's super far away, but I see it. Alright. Hell yeah. Don't see any more at the moment, but very cool. Alright, so that's probably going to mess me up in the pilot's life. I see a GA aircraft down here. I turned the landing lights off just after 10,000. Whoops, wrong button. So, whoopsie daisy. So, landing lights should come off now. I notice when I'm editing this is super dark in here. I doubt this will do anything for us. Yeah, maybe a little. Live with it. And then being on an ultra wide doesn't help recording either, because I know it's going to squash it down a little bit for you guys unless you're watching on a phone or something. And also make sure you click, you know, if possible, click the HD button. Mine likes to start on 360p for whatever reason, and I have good internet, so. Alright, not a cloud in sight. Let's go ahead and look up here and let the wild ones in the back go. And I guess I'll just take a little peek around. So I'm also testing out Season Update 15 Beta. So there's Miami down there. You probably won't see it in the stream just because I'm actually, you know what? Let me recenter. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so you guys might be able to see some things easier, but still Blob City down there, which is okay. I'm okay with it. Like I said, if I was flying VFR and a little general aviation or something like that, I would turn the settings up a little, and I'm sure it works out better. I've done it, so. But I do have some things tweaked down just a little bit for recording, so I can be a little bit steadier here. My last flight I was running like 25 FPS. This one's going to be around 30, so it makes it a little bit smoother for me, a little bit smoother for you, hopefully. All right, seaweed is our next. Let's go back into art. Next waypoint coming up, seaweed. Pretty cool name. Let's see what this route is looking like. Okay, we can't really see it. Debrief would show it, and obviously this kind of shows probably what we're going to be doing.
Take care.
Alright, so let's swap over to Miami Center. Miami Center on 12377, American 5418. See ya. American 5418 is at 17,000, climbing 19,000.
Airbus 5418, Miami Center. Climb and maintain flight level 390.
Sweet. Climb, maintain flight level 390, American 5418. Alright, so we'll pull standard, come through 18,000. And so far, it had another update today. Well, I don't know if it was today, but I flew a little yesterday, did not record, and then hopped in today, and we had another update for BATC. So some of the things are getting better. A little bit more flexibility on what you can and can't say, which is nice. I mean, personally, I'm glad I don't have to say Airbus 5418, but they will repeat it back as Airbus 5418, even though I said American. Now, I don't know if I said Spirit 5418, you know, if that would... I'm not going to try it. I was going to say, I should try it. Let's, yeah, my next handover, I'm going to say Spirit 5418 and see if they correct me. I'll pull it back over here in a second. Let's just see what the outside looking like. Very calm skies. Even the ultra wide can't fit it all. Okay, that looks pretty cool. We'll go do one of these numbers real quick. Something like that. Cool. Alright, back in here, a little quieter. So, looking at SimBrief, looks like we'll be coming in runway 10. So if I go to my charts, I just want to have everything somewhat set up. Just trying to make this not all day flight again, so we're gonna go ahead and I'll hit ×2 on the speed right now, and I'm gonna look for, so it looks like we're gonna get the RNAV, which I don't think is supported. It's actually one thing I suffer with. If I've watched tutorials on how to do an RNAV, I just in theory it never really works out for me. I end up kind of flying visual with I don't know if that's what it is, with just a little guidance here, but basically a visual, and I'm watching a green bar, and you know, it's probably what it is. I just don't know if there's supposed to be a mode that you would hit approach and it would follow a lateral descent as well, but for what it's worth, we can make it happen. So I got runway 10 populated for Princess Juliana. We'll go ahead and load that up now because I don't need any other chart at the moment. Just kind of take a peek. It's definitely one of the cooler airports, which is why I guess I figured if I was gonna make another video, this would be a great one to share. The iconic airport. It's gonna be a lot of blue though, just a lot of water. I actually kind of want to see if they've messed with their scenery at all. I mean, that might be an LOD thing right there, but that looks like tiles to me. I know they said they were working on fixing up like these shallow areas. I'll go ahead and hop outside. So I know they said they were supposedly working on these to make it look more natural, which maybe that's all it is. I'm just too far away. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yep, as I get further. Interesting. Okay. So it might be. I have my sliders down a little bit. I think my terrain LOD is at 70 right now. I don't know why, but like I said, I have a lot of programs running in the background, so my CPU is really getting pushed to the limit. And then I noticed yesterday, like right now I'm getting 36 frames, so if we pull up
Airbus 5418, contact NASA radar 134.2.
NASA on 134.2, American 5418. American 5418 is with you, flight level 310, climbing flight level 390.
Airbus 5418, NASA radar contact. Airbus 5418, contact NASA radar 125.7.
A lot of handovers. Okay. 1257, American 5418, see ya. American 5418 is at flight level 320, climbing flight level 390.
Airbus 5418, NASA radar identified.
So I'm definitely guessing this is the Bahamas. That's probably not hard to take a wild guess there. But I mean, anyways, the whole point of this video is this right here. But while I have been recording, I wanted to, you know, get some cool features in here. So if you were here yesterday, oh, these are blinking now. Does that mean that we're maybe dynamic? It's kind of scaling them back. But yesterday, whenever I uploaded my last video, this was still set to default. Oh, I figured this out. So here's your AI traffic and stuff. So unfortunately my computer says no to auroras or shooting stars. My aircraft, I think everything is kind of just, I mean, besides a few things, unfortunately all this is not working. But let's see if we have a contrail right now, since it's flashing maybe as dynamic. Let's go back to the plane. I do. All right. Nice. Okay. So something's working here. I hit the wrong button. Sorry if that was loud. Let's try to get a cool little picture here. I don't know. Let's see. Could be cool later. Alright, back to the quiet. So it's actually working, so cool. So I bumped my frame rate up just a little bit by dropping some settings. I noticed in, if I do it again here, let's go Task Manager. I unfortunately have Windows 11. So in Task Manager, let's see if the, okay, so I guess it's always going to share memory. I have just the 8. Kind of, I wish I had the 12. But anyways, so it's always sharing memory. But I found out yesterday that people were saying, oh, they got a 3070, you know, turn everything up to ultra and it'll take some of the strain off the CPU, which you can see very highly strained. The less I could get the shared memory usage down, the better, because then it's not using, basically the CPU needs to utilize a lot of the memory that now the GPU is allocating on the RAM. But regardless, I'm not a professional, but you can see I'm using some of my 16 gigabytes of memory, or wait, I have 32. So that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I have 32 and I'm using about half of it. And CPU is the 11700. Alright, enough of that. 1257 American 5418. American 5418 is at 38,400, climbing flight level 390.
Airbus
there.
5418, flight level 390 was already your assigned cruise level.
Okay, that's interesting. I know that. So I think it just swapped radios. I do have auto tune on to take some of the workload off of me, but because it's saying announce on frequency, so maybe he just yelled at me really quick and then I got swapped over. So we'll try this. American 5418 is with you at flight level 390. That time, no big deal. So we'll leave that up for a second. There's not a whole lot to see out there. I mean, it is... I'll drag it away real quick. Let's look around. This is all the little islands around the Bahamas and whatnot. Very cool. I do like the blue Caribbean water.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, your captain speaking.
Here's our
We
cap.
just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As it begins to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your feet and elbows clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley comes shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating to the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Okay, so he's done with his announcement. Looks like we're just flying over a lot of, you guys would know better than I would about what all these little islands are called, especially if, whoa, I sent myself sailing. We're in Wisconsin. Okay. I also noticed if you are doing multiple things at once, like running BATC, I would turn auto follow off. It's less straining on the CPU to try to track you the whole way. Just kind of let it do its thing. So we're currently right outside the Bahamas. Like I said, I am sped up, so we're about a quarter of the way through the flight. We'll go ahead and get rid of this guy. Quarter way through the flight, and the flight itself, let's see, looks like it's gonna be 2 hours 20 minutes. We can make that. Should I leave this here for now? I am. We can make that better. Like I said, we're ticking off a little bit quicker. I never started the flight. I'll start it now. Company will never know because I'm going actually probably faster than the speed of sound at times too. So it's not really that I just don't want to do the whole flight in like the normal and not speed up time or anything, but I also, once I'm at cruise level, I'm not normally talking and things like that. I'm usually doing a couple chores around the house or listening to some music, and which I know a real pilot's not going to be up there jamming with headphones on, and you know, where you're not going to hear. Of course, I'd be able to hear ATC, but if I was to play music right now, you guys would hear it too. So we'll keep my music to myself. It's not everybody's taste. It's not weird. It's just heavy. So on that note, we're just cruising at 39,000. The Airbus 320NX. And let's see what our next. So we're looking for Haggett. That's a ways out of there. It's not even picking up at 320. So I'll leave this hanging out with us right now. We're just looking at the ocean. Looking at the ocean. And I'll be happy when this arrives in the mail. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I already have all the Logitech panels. I think I'm going to just mount it up on top. Makes sense, since this would be if you're reaching for it with your arm, I imagine. Let me look around the cockpit real quick. I imagine if you're sitting here, you're kind of reaching up. It's not going to be at desk level, anything like that. You're reaching up a little bit, so I can see it. I'm virtually pretending it's there physically and turning it, so I reach forward a little bit, but yeah, I think I could mount it right on the top and everything would be great. And I'll also let you know how this unit works out. I didn't go with the mini FCU, I went with the Windwing. Still like $104 right now, and I had, like I said, I have the Logitech already, but just to switch over to say heading mode, you probably heard that I had to turn a little dial, and I'm moving the heading around right now. Let me go to like 120 and see if it shows up on the nav. No. So I know I'm in manage mode and all that, but I believe normally if I was to just rotate this knob, it would change. I'd still be in managed until I pulled it. I believe that's how it works. And push or pull, no, push is managed, pulls. So I think I could select what heading and then I could pull it, but I would be able to see it before I pulled it, so to speak. So you could set your heading and then when ready, pull that heading, and I can't do that with what I have now. So it'll and then I could also do the same speed. I'd have to go select IAS for speed, indicated airspeed. Obviously, I can go to vertical speed. I can do a few different things with it, but it will be nice. Definitely flying the Airbus a lot, so it'll be really nice having that. I feel like our zoom is not right where it was. It's a little better. So I don't know if there's any other products that you guys are using, but so far, with a pilot's life and frequently trying to finish my schedules, flying a lot more often than I was, so it gave me motivation to fly. And then you had to deal with your default ATC, which kind of killed it for you, I'm sure. You know, press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Basically ask for what you want, and it's so generic and simple. And now this has been a learning curve, not really a learning curve, so to speak. I've heard a little bit before, but as far as pulling up like runway charts and stuff, it's definitely opened my eyes to you know, wow, these pilots, you know, they know where they're going a long time before they get there, most likely. So right now I'm going to look at the airport chart for St. Juliana or Sint Maarten, and so I'll be landing runway 10, and then I see the terminal's going to be on the left hand side, and if I got off at Charlie or Delta, that puts me in a good position. It's not a big airport, so once we land, I don't think it's going to get too complicated. I think we got some GA hangars down at the bottom of the runway. Anyways, I think, yeah, from what I show, so Princess Juliana Airport does not have a taxi. So if I can't stop pretty quickly, we're gonna have to double back, and I personally I'd rather avoid that if possible. So this time we might set up for medium speed brakes, or excuse me, medium auto brake, and try to get this thing stopped a little quick so I can just turn off. That'd be nice, but that's the last turn off is at, and F won't even support my aircraft anyways, so I have to turn off at Echo, which would be before the halfway point. So it's going to be hopefully a soft but quickly stopped landing. Otherwise we got to double back, which either way, that's okay too. Just play it by ear. I've watched a few videos on YouTube of some of the real pilots that do this, and they have like a little briefing in their head and whatnot, which is, or a briefing to, you know, an imaginary person, and it's kind of cool, you know, it just setting the mind frame of what you're gonna do when that happens. So I know if I can get stopped pretty quickly, there's no traffic issues because there's one runway. There is a mountain at the end of the runway, so go around. I'm pulling the chart on that right now. Go around. Is this the right runway? Yes. Okay, go around is turn right and climb 4,000 direct to on bed. Okay. Because there is a mountain. I remember the many times landing here, you know, back before I did a pilot's life or anything like that. I'd be just messing around, and I like to fly into this airport. I know there's a big mountain that I don't want to. It's there's no way that's. I'm looking at a chart. Maybe I'm just not. That says 1,555 feet with like an upwards arrow, like a mountain. I can't imagine that mountain being less than 2,000 feet tall. But anyways, so for, let's see, for LNAV, we need 700. I'm gonna just go ahead and pop that in now. That out of the way just a little. So we need 700. So we'll go to here. Arrival is gonna be 10. ATC hasn't told me anything yet as far as what star to expect or anything. Obviously we're halfway through cruise, so I'm looking over at Debrief and I see the what is that? Aluba? I'm gonna say Aluba 1, so we'll go ahead and put Aluba 1, and that's coming out of Sluggo. So let's see if we have a Sluggo in here. Yes, we do. Sluggo, go back. Sluggo. So I'll pop that in. And I think I can clear that discontinuity. Well, I'll clear it when we get a little closer because I want the ability to break off if they vector. Okie dokie, so all done there in the MCDU. And as normal, and a pretty quiet, uneventful flight. I just don't know where the best spot to throw this thing is. It's right here, I guess. It's gonna be a lot of blue for a hot minute. I'm probably honestly gonna edit this part of the video out just because we're just gonna get a few handoffs, and then once we come in for approach, that's when, you know, the fun begins. So on that note, if I pause, it's right here. So we are getting pretty close. Take jets, and then after that we are going to be on the Aluba. So I imagine, I haven't really looked at the MCDU. Sluggo. Okay, so we're going to be coming in from Sluggo. And then we are going to the RNAV, and like I was telling you, we have this mountain out here. So we got our minimums, all that good stuff. Missed approach can be right hand turn 4,000 feet. What do you want us to do? Climbing right and just direct to on bed. Okay, so on bed. On bed must be out here. So that's cool. Yeah, you just hope, yeah. So we'll see how it works out. It's always fun. I like this approach. Alright, so I will go back to ×2. I was doing a little bit of chores and whatnot in the background, so now that I'm back, turn my volume down so I can hear myself a little better, because I was jamming to music. But I can see our top of descent now at about 80 miles. I can tell how the quality's changed a little bit, dialing some settings back, but that's okay. We got more stuff working on the outside. Not as much traffic as I don't know how much they get down here per se. What is this, the Virgin Islands? I forget where. It's just its own island, Sint Maarten. Okay. South of Anguilla. So coming up, we'll be flying over the British Virgin Islands. Probably these guys here, or this guy out here. Yeah, it's all this. It's pretty cool there. And just for the sake of, actually I'll leave this up until we get kind of more, get a descent here in a second. And on approach, I'll go ahead and pop that over to the other screen so we can get a nice view. But it is up and running, always is. Oh, nothing like a nice stretch. So now that we've scooched back into our seat, let's go ahead and try to figure out the latest weather. So wait for that to come back. There's no way they're that fast. I have it on times 2, but it's still, that was extremely fast. So let's go ahead and enter in that data now, so we don't have to. So that'll be approach. I hate that. So it's gonna be 1015. Temperature 31, and our wind is 111 at, no, 120 at 8. Okay. Alright, and we already told it before, but I think I picked something else. I will double check, but I believe our minimums are going to be 700. We can double check that right now if we want to. That's why I like having it on the tablet. I don't like to, it just feels like it affects the performance and everything. So actually that's just lateral nav. I really don't know the difference. Pretty silly here. Everything looks the same. I went with 700. So anyways, I don't know if that's proper, but this is probably the one I should choose because I'm going to be kind of flying this as a visual. ATC might give me that anyways. But we are now coming in on that top descent, about 15 miles, give or take. So we'll go ahead and let them know. Of course, it's not on the UI. Quest heading next fix. How about American 5418 ready for descent? Quest not understood.
5418 did not copy.
Airbus 5418 request heading next fix.
Airbus 5418. I didn't get that.
Interesting. Let's make sure I'm on 1257. I should be. Yeah, 1257. So this might be that thing with the oceanic. Let's go to our flight plan real quick so I can see our next. So we want to go down to flight level 221. I'm gonna do it. 221. I'm gonna do it just because maybe we're out over the water where no controller can really get to us, so I'm gonna follow our star here. So we're getting lower on fuel. Shouldn't be too much of a worry though. we're well within 80 miles.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business we need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
So, yeah, I don't know, he told me that, but 1257, that was contact, yeah. So we're on 1257. So far nothing's popping in. I'm gonna throw this over on the other screen. If something changes weird, I'll let you know. You'll hear it. And then I'm just going to check and see what I should be at when I reach Sluggo. 9,600. So I, excuse me, I haven't got any, nothing from ATC at the moment. So I'm hoping as we get a little bit closer, it should be out. It's probably out here. This general area is going to be the Princess Juliana Airport. Hopefully once we get a little closer we'll get handed off. I'm going to, he never said to descend via the star or anything. I'm just kind of going with it. I'm always learning every time I mess up. So now I'm just kind of looking at the constraints coming up. It's just telling me to be above 2,600 feet, above 1,700 feet. So I don't know if there's any urgency to get down yet. I am going to clear out the discontinuity though, I think so. Actually no, that's at PJM. Which that doesn't make sense either, that would be like there. Clearing it, let's see what happens. Holy cow, okay, I probably should have left it. So, hate when that happens. I'm trying to find out which one is not part of this. Looking right here, if you can't tell. So runway 10, we were definitely, that was the right path. I'm just trying to figure out what the heck that is. So Aruba to PJM. Okay, I'm trying to find Sluggo now. Where's Sluggo? Might get rid of Sluggo, honestly. It's on my SimBrief, but boy, things I get myself into. Plus, I don't have ATC talking with me yet. It's kind of concerning. One thing you can do, if you ever get kind of stuck, and you're like, So I'm going to go ahead and exit it altogether. I'm going to bring it back up. Apologies, it's going to be a little loud with the ding. Alright, so we'll go ahead and fly. It's going to ask us what part of the flight we're on.
Beyond ATC connected.
Let it do its thing. Come on now. Oh, hopefully we haven't totally wrecked this. I'm still trying to follow my constraints down to flight level 180. We are not in the climb, we are in the descent. So you can click that, and then if you can't find your frequency or whatever, I can just click center. Okay, and let's try this again. American 5418 is with you at 22,000. Not really descending further after that, so we'll keep that there a second.
5418, reset transponder.
Okay,
Squawk 1520.
this is going to be not good. Okay. Squawk 1520, American 5418. So I'm typing that in 1520 on the transponder. Didn't get it.
5418, stand 1 oceanic radar identified.
I don't know what am I.
5418, contact Juliana approach 128.95.
There's no way. Okay. There's no way it's taking me around this big loop. So eventually we'll go direct to something. That's going to be the only way that this works out. You can see at 22,000 feet, there's no way in 10 miles I'm making the field. So,
Airbus 5418.
all right, we will.
Contact Juliana approach 128.95.
12895, American 5418. So let's see what we get here. I still want to descend though. American 5418 is with you, flight level 220.
Airbus 5418, verify information whiskey.
Yep. American 5418 has information whiskey. There's a gun trail out in front of us.
Airbus 5418 Juliana approach QNH1015, expect radar vectors for RNAV runway 10.
Procedure approach, landing runway 10, QNH is 1015, American 5418. Alright, so they want a procedure approach, so we're going to Slogo. Slogo wants 10,000 feet, so we are going to... I don't know why this always happens. I have to restart SPAD next, unfortunately. Let's go down to 10. So I'm going to do that now unless it decides it wants to work. Nope. Oh, ever since I restarted, or not restarted, but reinstalled Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's been lovely. Not in a good way. Everything got kind of misplaced. I had to tell my computer where to find all these files, and it's been fun. So anyways, once these panels come back alive, I can see if I can dial it in like I should be. Like I said, still waiting on this piece to arrive in the mail. That'll be awesome, because that's really where I'm having the most issue, and I still can't do anything. Okay, so we are going to be using the mouse on this guy. I am curious what happens if I pull. I do go open descent, so it's just the encoder knob that's not really functioning. I'll close it out one more time, wait 10 seconds, and try to restart it again. Something about last time the LVFR bridge or whatever, it couldn't communicate, and I had to kind of relocate all that stuff. Okay, can I change you? Now I can change you. Nice. Okay, so down to 10,000. Perfect. So I'll get that out of the way because we have some troubleshooting coming up. So I am going to go... We're going to go down to 3,800. Whoops. 3,800. And when we get a little bit closer, hopefully our speed will start slowing down. Once we get a little bit closer, I'm going to go direct to Avanki because I don't really know what happened here. So, I don't know. Just kind of play it by ear. ATC's not screaming at me. I'm not totally panicking yet, so we're all good. It's saying if it follows this turn, maybe I'll let it do its thing. Maybe the plane knows better than I do. I'm sure it does. Alright, so before 10,000, I have to get them lights back on, our landing lights. And then we'll go from there. So seatbelts are already on to 12,000. Alright, so that was Sluggo out there, so that might have been why it was doing that. I could have deleted Sluggo and had a little bit more of a fluid turn, but that's okay because I think the bottom is going to be very close to constraints anyhow. So if we go back to our chart, if I can make this a little bigger. Okay, back to our chart, and we go with the RNAV 10. So at Aviki, it actually wants us at 2,600, so I'm going to change that on to 1,700. Okay, so 2,600. So we'll go 2,600. And then I think it was, I'll leave that in hundreds because I think it was down to 1,700 for the last. So right now it's showing us not making this, but we will. Alright, so lights coming on. Every time I restart SPAD next, it, yeah, okay, everything's working. Does that to me. Okay, so they are saying to expect vectors, but the approach type is procedure, so I'm going to continue with what I have. They wanted me on Aruba. So we are going to fly. They had me Aruba Sluggo, so we're flying Sluggo now actually. We'll see if they start giving us something here in a minute. Oh, this is a fun little airport. Alright, I'm going to use a little speed brakes because I noticed we're rather fast under 10,000 and we're still looking like we're going to overshoot this a wee bit. I said that on the last flight that I recorded and ended up being low on approach, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Go ahead and dial it in for 1700. I have constraints on. And it's showing us hitting 1700 at the end of the runway. I don't think that's going to be the case, but we are 20 miles out. So what I'm going to do is go ahead to performance. On the MCDU, I'm going to activate the approach phase to get this thing slowed down while I got the speed brakes out. And I'm hoping for the best, but we are pretty high up in the air. So this could be my first time going missed on, my own accord. Alright, so I'm going to pull open descent. Just in case it wants to try to add some power or something. I don't want that right now. This should just help us get down as fast as possible. There we go, 1300, 14. Okay, so a Viki or Vaki supposed to be at 2,600. I think it was 2,700. That was 600. So we're getting really close. I don't like this. I'm gonna leave the flaps up for a second. So all my lights are on, gears up, speed brakes full. So it's still really hasn't came in any. Alright, we're gonna go flaps 1. I know that's gonna slow us down our rate of descent for a second, but hopefully in the grand scheme of things it'll get us down a little bit quicker. I'm expecting vectors, so I don't know what to do. Should I just fly this heading? It's American 5418, request heading for the next fix. Not understood.
Airbus 5418 did not copy.
Alright, unfortunately, I'm gonna fly this. I'm gonna let it do its thing here because I'm trying to score. Alright, we still okay, flaps 2. I still have my speed brakes out. Okay, that's looking, we're getting closer. Alright, so they're fully extended. We'll go gear down. A little fast, but gear down. Trying to just slow down. Alright. Pull my speed brakes in and see if we can get down there. So I'm gonna go ahead and tweak this even more. Even if we hit the constraint, I'll go to our minimum altitude. So there's the green ball, so we're catching that. That's always good. Okay, gears down, flaps 2. We're gonna arm the speed brakes, and we're gonna go auto brake medium because I want to try to get off at Echo, which will be the last turn off before I have to backtrack the whole runway. Okay. We might just make this. So let's go to 10 miles. So yeah, this constraint is 699 feet. And then, so we're not getting handed over anything. That's kind of a problem here. Whoa. American 5418, radio check.
Airbus 5418, 5x5.
1,000.
Damn it. Go and missed. Gear up. So I'm gonna restart BATC again. I know, here. Let's set you so you stop yelling at me. We're going to 4,000. Flaps all the way up. Full climb. Okay, going to 4,000 direct to... I should have put that away as well. But I wanted you to see I am having an issue here. So give me a little faster. Okay, turn right. Flaps are up. Disarm those, auto brake off, and we're gonna level off at 4,000 while I figure out. We're going direct to on bed. So now, if I go to the MCDU and I look for on bed, let's see. Let's go. I need a co-pilot, damn it. On bed. Okay, so we're gonna go direct. On bed. Direct. Okay, autopilot on. How far on bed is, not too far. We're gonna shut this down again. I don't know what's going on. I never had a, might not be supported out here because we are in the middle of the ocean, I guess, but let's go ahead and close it. Give it a second too. And let's open it up. Hold your ears, hold your ears. Wish I could turn that down a little bit. I have everything configured on another, it's called voice meter.
Beyond ATC connected.
I'll drag it over really quick so I can take, I can turn basically a digital and a analog output. Alright, so we're going direct over here to on bed. How much fuel do I have? Not much. So can you please load a little quicker? We're gonna say landing was our last phase, and whoops, wrong button. Let's see if I just have a center, so that might be, yeah, radio check. So unfortunately, I don't think we have ATC out here. Airbus 5418 radio check.
Airbus 5418, 5 by 5.
5 by 5, 5418.
Aircraft calling, did not copy.
Alright, so... I'm gonna vector myself in. How about that? So I'm gonna throw you to the side. If you want to chime up, you can. That's been my only, I'd say, kind of major hiccup. I would consider it kind of major. I don't know what to do now. So this will be fun. So we'll go ahead and maybe 270 or something for now. Looks good. And that's another thing. So I'm just gonna fly a visual. I imagine that's what they're gonna give me anyway. It's actually gonna be about 275. So I'll make a right turn into there and down to 1,700, and then I'll just go visual. And unfortunately, sorry, Beyond ATC does not work out here at Princess Juliana, at least for the time being. So all I can do is a radio check. I'm gonna look at the chart really quick to see if I can manually, let's go 128.9, that is their approach, 128.95. So 128.95. Alright, I'm manually doing this. It's not auto tuning, but American 5418 is with you, 4,000 feet.
Airbus 5418, verify information delta.
Okay, so it did pick up the approach frequency. Airbus 5418 has information delta.
Airbus 5418 Juliana approach, QNH1015, expect radar vectors for RNAV runway 10.
Alright, same QNH. Expect vectors for runway 10, RNAV runway 10, QNH 1015, Airbus 5418. Huh, even after I tongue twisted that all up, she still picked it. Okay, so this is, I waited for vectors already last time, and I didn't get any. So I'm going to fly it as if I'm not going to get vectored, because I am getting kind of low on fuel. So I'm probably going to give myself a long final to set up here. Probably go at like a 20 or so. But we'll go ahead and we'll turn base here in a second. Alright, so we are 40 miles out. I'm going to go ahead and start that right-hand turn back in. Vector myself 340 for now. Clear out on bed at the moment. Clear out that discontinuity. Alright, so basically gonna be I can't do that. I'm on the wrong side of this thing, huh? Oh boy. Alright, so we're gonna leave track iron and we're gonna fly manual. I think that sounds like the most fun. Alright, so I'm gonna have a
Airbus 5418, contact Juliana Tower 118.7.
Maybe I'll get vectors. 1187 America, Airbus 5418. Oh, hell. I'm trying to give it a chance. I'm trying. American 5418 is with you, 4,000 feet.
Airbus 5418, Juliana Tower, wind 145 at 7, runway 10 cleared to land.
Alright, so we got absolutely no vectors at all. Kind of a bummer, but that's okay. Alright, let's do some hand flying.
Airbus 5418, Juliana Tower, wind 145 at 7, runway 10 cleared to land.
You're clearing me and I'm facing the other direction, but cleared to land, runway 10, American 5418. Flaps 1 again. And I need to start descending, not going up. Let's go down. Sorry in the back passengers. Just trying to do a few things here so I don't have to look. Auto brake medium. And you're not going to leave us alone, so I'll set you down to, I think it was 1,700. Go. I can't hit them flaps yet. I don't know why my speed, okay, I'm way off to the left. I don't know why my speed is not lower. Yeah, see, I can't do that. Do I have to go, I have to activate the approach again. Okay, I didn't know that. New to me. I don't have too many issues, so always learning. So hitting that overspeed, that's gonna probably not be good for me in the long run. We are pretty high up. I don't like it. Alright, unarmed speed brakes out.
2,500.
Oh, that big orbit, and I still don't know if I can get down quick enough. just going so fast. Alright, let's kind of try to level off a little. Go at it. Oh my goodness. Alright, yep, we're not gonna make it. We're going missed again. And we'll go ahead and we'll just start our right-hand turn now. $4,000. I'm wishing they would have gave me vectors or something, but they didn't, so we'll go for it again. Except this time, maybe I shouldn't have went to 4,000. Maybe. Alright, well, I'm at least going to give us good time to set up. So we'll go 270 and pull that. Autopilot on, managed 4,000. We're gonna get it this time. 2,000 kilos left. So I guess I didn't really tell her I was going around, but that's because I don't really expect to get vectored in either. But I'll go ahead and tell her. American 5418, go around.
Airbus 5418, roger.
Alright, they want me at
Fly
27.
runway center line, maintain 2,600 feet.
Alright, so that would have been a big issue. I'm not doing that. Fly runway heading, descend to 2,600, American 5418. So if I were to do that, I would have slammed into that hill.
Departure 128.905. Speak soon.
Alright, open descent down to 2,600. Okay. 12895, American 5418. See ya. I just hope I get cleared into to land, that's all. I guess I can do most of this myself. But this makes me feel better that we're descending down to 2,600 versus 4,000 feet. American 5418 is at 3,500, descending 2,600.
Airbus 5418, welcome back. Continue.
Oh, you remember me. Continue, American 5418. Alright, so I'm going to give myself ample room to set up here this time. Wait till we actually... I mean, they told us 2,600. That's not on the chart. I mean, the chart definitely says... I'm not saying they should know what's on the chart, but I mean, I did have a damn mountain in front of me. So coming in here on the Uluba, and then flying into runway 10, your missed approach is going to be turned to 4,000 direct on bed, which takes you on out this way. And then I would think we go back to lesser. This is a Beaky again. So anyways, I'm kind of doing my own thing here, because they're still not telling me to do anything at all. So let's straighten this up just a little bit. Geez, me trying to land is it's gonna be longer than the entire process. Alright, so I'm just gonna put in direct to the airport. It's gonna try to turn me. I'm gonna let it. And I'm gonna go ahead and set 1,700 feet. Pull open descent and flaps 1. I'm gonna set up much earlier. I'm gonna go to performance now. Activate approach. So we'll slow down. Can't always be perfect, you know?
2,500.
Perfect. Alright, so where's it going to take us first? Just straight to the... Alright, so we're going to intervene just a little bit here. We're going to fly this heading for a second. And now I'm going to go managed again. Wait, is there a waypoint back there? I don't even know. Alright, going back to arc. Let's figure this thing out. I'm hand flying because that's going to throw us off if we get on that. So we'll hand fly this thing. Alright, I'm going to go flaps 2. We're going to go nice and early. Arm the speed brakes. We'll set medium auto brake again. I think it was still set, but just checking. And we are going to kind of disregard the PFD there. It's telling me to get way over to the right, but I don't think we have a choice here. So I know where the runway is, and I think, yeah, it's a cruise ship out to the right hand side, so I need to be over this way. It's terrible as far as me flying. Absolutely terrible. You know what to call it. Alright, so I'm going to set the altitude down below minimum so it doesn't yell at me. And we'll go gear down. On like a 15-mile final. But that is totally okay with me. We're gonna get on the ground this time. So I don't want to descend too quick though. We're gonna stay above 1,000 feet. Got a crosswind. Yeah, if I would have just flown the star in, I probably would have been totally fine had I not expected vectors and all that, but they're not telling me to go back to tower or anything, so we're landing. Kind of have to. Alright, let's go flaps 3. We're at 5 miles. And full flaps. All lights are on, full flaps, spoilers are armed, auto brake armed at medium. Alright, now we'll just start walking this thing in here. Still got this nasty crosswind. Do need to land
1,000.
pretty quick for my first strategy to work out, but I also kind of expected a little bit more help with ATC and vectoring and all that, but hey, I think I can see the Pappy lights. I'm high, so let's get on a 1 degree glide slope right now.
100 above. Minimum.
Continuing. Try to bring our descent rate down just a little.
500.
Looking for like 700-800 feet. Definitely don't look for me for advice on flying the Airbus. Just a video about BATC and me troubleshooting my own mess ups, I'm sure. Alright, so I'm going to hold it at 700 feet, rate of descent, and let's see if we can get stopped before echo.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
No way. There goes echo. Well, we gave it the grand try. Alright, so unfortunately now we have no ground, no anything, so let's go ahead and speed brakes come back in, flaps up. So I'm gonna do what I think that I would do if I was a controller. I'd say, hey, go ahead and backtrack from the center there. Whoa. As long as I don't hit the engine on the ground. I'm gonna do this kind of my own way. Climb over a mountain. Come on. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let me check everything. Landing lights come off. That was a wild one. That was wild. So we got no tower, we got no ground. I mean, I didn't click the little. Let me click the little earbuds here. I can request taxi to the gate if I want to now. We're just not, because that was a little, that kind of not really, sorry, I'm not really looking where I'm going, but I don't know if I would say that's a bug yet. They said, you know, oceanic stuff is something that they're working on, but I'm gonna go in up here. And this is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so I wouldn't say that this is it's Delta. Okay, so we'll actually go at Delta. I missed Echo, but hey, it is what it is. For the most part, it works almost flawlessly. Geez, they need to grade their stuff out a little better here. Works almost flawlessly. This particular flight, it did not. It's okay though. I totally accept that. That's fine. Worked great down through Miami or from Miami and out a little bit, but once I started coming in towards Princess Juliana, we had a little issues, but 2 go-arounds, and I still got a little bit of fuel left, so hey, not bad. Yeah, that's actually on the chart, that light pole, it says caution, so I'm going to stay to the left a little, being cautious. Alright. Taxis are off. Landing taxi strobe all off. Those are retracted, flaps are up. So we'll just pull into this gate here. I don't really want an assignment. I'm just pulling in. Whoa, whoa. Alright, wait till you get the beta. They got a 320 on there? I don't know. Stop like right in here. Anyways. So this was my only thing, was fly runway heading, and at this airport, I mean, let's be real. Come on. So at this airport, flying runway heading, it's not going to work out too good, which is why you turn right and go 4,000. And I'll go ahead and show you in the drone here in a second. Let me see if this thing will connect with us. Not you. Sweet. Alright, and do we have ground power? We do. Alright, so on that note, with everything else good, I'm going to pull the engines. Let that hook up. And then we'll go on a little tour with the drone camera for a second. Looks hooked up. Alright. Engines are still spooling. I think under, what is it, 4%? I don't even know. I don't know if it's in 2 or in 1. You can go ahead and turn the beacons off. I'm going to do that. So anyways, let's take a peek here. So welcome to Princess Juliana Airport. It's actually a very nice looking airport. Very nice indeed. I'm ready for a vacation, but as you can see, let's just what am I looking for? Bump that up. You could see the issue that we would have if you would fly the runway heading. You could maybe make it up to, I think they called for 2,100 or something. Is it possible? Maybe. I don't like this peak up here though. So, I mean, there's your runway heading. I don't like it. This thing is probably here to tell aircraft, hey, there's a mountain. So other than that, I mean, like I said, I'm not blaming BATC at all. Let's get a cool screenshot or something. Maybe with the boat in the background, that would look kind of cool. What? My jet bridge ain't attached no more. Hold on.
All aircraft be advised, information echo now current. QNH 1015.
Excuse me? Jet bridge just went away. Okay, now everything's gone wonky. So, let's just see if we can... Nope, it's moving again. I have to turn the drone speed down a little bit. And I don't know what it's doing. Gotta try to make it look somewhat good. That ain't gonna work out because the boat's too far. We'll go with that. Let's do, I forget, somebody had to teach me how to do this, but very cool. People wonder why that's not hooked up. That's because of good old Flight Sim not working. And then here's where all the people, they come sit right on the beach. Yep. Sit right on the beach and they wait for the planes to come in. So this would actually be a, let's go a little bit higher and look down just a little. That'd be a cool picture. Go something like Alright. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, apologies about the last bit of the flight there. Just, it wasn't coming in, but did my little community flight for Beyond ATC. You can see it was a cluster. So first, on the first mist, we went out direct to what was that called again? On bed, which was out here. Came back in. I thought they were gonna vector us or something. That never happened. Came in too high. Did another go around, and then I kind of just made my own little holding pattern, so to speak, and came in and arrived. I think we had 2 go arounds. So I think yeah. I don't know, my memory's so shot. I don't know what this is. Oh, that was the, it was taking us back out on that, that first star coming in. But anyways, so let's see how that worked out. 98. So on the approach, it says I went over 200 knots. Maybe. I might have done it. This program too is not perfect, so when I went for a go around and then I held 4,000 feet and I had my flaps up and whatnot, yeah, it might have went over 200 knots and it just, you know, marked me down as a fail. But I mean, overall I'm happy with that, and we'll see what Beyond ATC, as soon as this loads, hold on, before I say my farewell. Okay. Alright, so that's going to be my next real flight. Last time I said I was going to fly out of Charlotte down to the Dominican. It worked out just fine. So I imagine the Dominican back to, nice JFK, to New York. I don't foresee an issue with BATC, so that'll work out good. We'll see if some of the oceanic stuff starts getting implemented in here, and just maybe, I don't know, maybe this airport, something about it, it's different. I didn't get handed over correctly or anything like that. Like I said, not taking away from BATC. Great program. It doesn't go all the way back up because I closed it a couple times trying to get it to vector me in and all that, but it wouldn't work here. So it's a bummer, but you know, not the end of the world. So our next flight will be from I don't even want to pronounce that. I don't want to pronounce it because I will mess it up so bad, but we're going to be departing from let's go ahead, Mike Delta Papa Charlie, MDPC in the Dominican, and we're going to be going to JFK in New York, obviously. So that one will be a fun flight. I'll definitely be sure to record that, and again, no complaints about BATC. Everything works very, very well. Maybe just small islands and things like that, you're not gonna really, I don't know, maybe I had a hiccup, who knows, might not happen for you. So still worth every penny. I would buy it again, like split second. Best ATC I've had so far, and I wouldn't go with anything else. So on that note, I'll go ahead and let you guys deboard, even though our jetway doesn't want to connect. Just a lot of things going on at this airport. It doesn't like me right now, but we got it done. So cheers everybody, and I will see you on the next flight.